Hello. It is quite wet out there, probably due to all of the sky water falling down from the sky, in case you were unaware. And it is not that wet in here because of stones that we've put, well, I say we, that were ordered by other people to be put by other people above us. So due to that, it is not that wet in here, which is good because of all the electronics, for example, that are in here. Right. So hello everybody. Hello Abastru, welcome. Says yellow. To which I of course immediately respond markers, even though there is some chat between that. Orange. Marky, hello, welcome. Kangafanga, hello. Yes. Hello. Pale Tangerine, yes. Hello, favorite streamer. Yes, you truly are, even though you haven't streamed a day in your life, as far as I know. Hello, welcome. Also, Mama Owl. Yes, hello. So that's what it's called. Skywater. What do you call it? Big stone, small stone? Big stones, small stones, magic stones? Is that a song reference as well? It sounds like one. But it has two. Art stream, Zumzy too? You have? Alright. I've streamed Zumzy test, yeah. Like 1 frame per hour. That, you may want to decrease that somewhat. No. It was asking about your roof stone. Alright. It was asking about your roof stones. Well, I think they're slate. So, let's get started. Last time. Actually, before last time, I need to quickly check. Actually, I'm going to quit pages, for I shall not need it. Likely. Yeah, I'm going to reduce this somewhat to about 3,000 meters. Yes, it'll unload some of the assets, but we're no longer working in such great distances. Smiles in low frame rate. Ha! That's dull. Can we have a number roof tour? Well, if I did do that, then I could say, you can see my house from here. Mrs. Late, would you care to repeat your statement? Haha, it's dull. My mouth seems to finally trust me enough to let me touch the outlets. Aww. Well then, you can leave. Permanently. So yeah, last time, built a lot of this. Pretty much all of this. All of this and a little bit of stuff around here to begin to, well, fill in this gap. Which I hope to complete today, considering that there is not that much to fill in. So, lastly, we built this little curving narrow road, and so I shall continue to build this. If I've got everything selected correctly. Right. And off we go. A little bit around here as well. Now where do I want this road to go? Do I want this to just go straight across like that? Or where do I want it to terminate? If it did continue straight, then it would pretty much line up with this road perfectly. We could have an interesting intersection here, and then have buildings on the other side of that, cut it off probably. So if this continues up to about there. Intersection enthusiast? I don't know, I haven't asked. Watch this for extra comprehension. Is it a Flintstones video? I think it probably is. No, it's an ad for some sort of travel thing. I don't know. Oh, Bedrock Bowling thing. Ha ha ha. Ah, yes. I remember it well. Mama Owl no longer puffs up at the vet's cat. She's beginning to trust us. Mwahahaha. Oh, sorry, I might have ad-libbed a little bit there. Also, this should continue a little bit further. Further? Yes, further. Okay. Now again, I don't need to put too much detail in here, because this is just going to be in the distance. Then we'll need I will want, not need, but I'll want a road to go back this way a little bit, not too much, and then along this way, basically up to about there. And I'll try to do this quickly, as not to take too much time, this back area. That'd be an interesting catchphrase, would it? Further? Yeah. Also, Kangapango. Mama Owl seems to answer to Villetta, so that's her name from now on. Oh. How long until we arrive, Father? We'll have to go a few miles further. Further, Father? Yes, son. I'm picturing a what's the word? A pilgrimage, and all of the sheep are following the father, and that's their catchphrase. Oh, glad to hear it. Hold crystal ball. I'm picturing a pilgrimage. Haha. Hey, we haven't gotten to the Tales of Vestia tabletop role-playing streams yet. I'll bust through. Okay. I'm probably putting too much effort in here, but there is the opportunity to build an interesting intersection here, and so I don't want to miss that. But I am doing it quickly. Hahaha. We have lots of things we haven't got to yet. Yes, and I know exactly what you mean. There's no need to say it so sinisterly. Not to mention Sharedaz's OMSI 2 streams. Yeah, like I said, building maps in OMSI 2 would be just, I think, a bit too much because of how long that would take. It was actually CS. But Just Dance works too, Kappa. CS? What did you mean by that? I remember the... Oh, City Skylines, of course. Yeah, I was about to say, I remember the abbreviation being used recently, but for some reason, whenever I hear that abbreviation, it always makes me think of Counter-Strike, because of Gmod and stuff like that. Shadows, I always mean OMSI2 driving streams when referring to you streaming it, unless otherwise stated. Counter-Strike? Yeah, I think of both. Oh no, I don't play Counter-Strike. Me neither. But yeah, City Skylines, that's, yeah. I was only recently, only a couple days ago. Actually, was it a couple days ago? Yeah, it must have, yeah, it was on Wednesday or Thursday, I believe. That I was out outside it during the night and just looking out at the towns with all of the lights and all the little streets and the rain in the light cone of the street lights and stuff like that. No, not the buses. It just looked so beautiful, and it reminded me a lot of how beautiful City Skylines can look. And so that really made me want to play it again as well. But alas, I cannot. Unfortunately, the outlets are too small to tell their gender, so I won't name them for now. That's okay. I shan't hold it against you. But I thought that was cod? A cod? I know. Which makes me think of the fish. Yeah, exactly. And that's Call of Duty. Yes. Install Counter-Strike Source. Yeah, exactly. That's what I meant. Okay, now that we've got that street running back there, let's fill this in with some buildings. Although perhaps a parking garage would fit nicely. And I do have to try to keep on top of chat, because otherwise there'll be so much chat and then we'll have a runaway, and then I won't ever be able to build anything this stream again, because they'll only be reading chat the entire time. So, right, but yes, I thought it was Call of Duty Counter-Strike. No, they're two different franchises as far as I know. Yeah, I have no idea. Right, street lights, beautiful. They're alright, but beautiful is a push for them. Sitcom laughter. Yeah, now this one looks nice, but the cars are too modern. So let's have a look at more of them. I know there's one that you can stack on top of itself. This one might look okay for the distance. However, given that it isn't actually transparent, like it's just got texture like that, maybe not the best for close-up. These ones are the ones I was looking for. They're the ones with the levels. So you've got the first level, and then you've got the second level, which actually, is this supposed to go? Or can I just... Can't I just stack these? No, I wasn't talking about Rome. So that's 302. Well, 302.2. Now if I raise this up, I should be able to position it in such a way that it fits perfectly on there. Well, perfectly-ish anyway. And I can lower that so that the height fits in. And there we go. Now I can just keep on stacking these for as long as I want when the height limit isn't reached. According to what I read, female barn owls are larger than the males, so when the little owlets grow up, I should be able to tell. Probably, yeah. Right. Did parking stations, parking garages, exist back then? Maybe. They're still beautiful. Wait, what? Which message? Oh, wait, you reply to yourself? For now, they're just fluffy fur balls. Okay, do I like that there? Is that more of a thing for... No, to mine. It says replying to at or bust through. Right. Sorry if I reply late, doing work again. That's okay. The words have as well. Sure to see, yeah, because I replied to the original message. Oh right, so it's got the original message always. But if I do it today, then that's tomorrow. I can take off, and then more on Tuesday for Wednesday off. Aww. But he was replying to my reply to it. They. Okay. So, let me just have a look. These are just large parking lots. Parking lot series, downtown Philadelphia, early 1960s. The old motor. Well, in this picture, it does look elevated, but that's just... I don't see why the concept of a parking garage wouldn't exist, although maybe it wasn't needed back then. Although just because people weren't taking pictures of them doesn't mean they didn't exist. Vintage photos of early parking garages. What? Look at that! Is that like a lift for cars to be parked on? Huh. Look at that. Parking, yeah. Vertical parking machine in the 1930s. I had no idea. They look like toys and shelves. Well, that's fascinating. Well, and that's something to copy, to pay, up to link to on Discord later. Well, ye old car enthusiasts, I wouldn't go that far, because you might insult people if you go down that route. What? Build that? Blender that up? Theoretically I could, but no. At least they take up less space. Raise eyebrow. Fascinating. Yes, please link it then. I will then. Right, but does it actually fit in here? I actually don't think so. After all of that, I actually don't think that it does. I think there's too far outside of the main city centre then for it to fit in here. Right. Let's just continue placing some of these city block small. Or just some of these. Yeah, city block small. Actually, we've got this larger one here. Although actually, I remember I specifically didn't put sidewalks on here. Yeah, I don't think this fits. Don't think that fits. It's too far away from the other shops in that area. Yeah, Spock. Looks a bit blocky. If it fits, I sit. Says the cat. Cat where? Cat where? Cat there. Caterpillar garter. Ha. Grader, not garter. No, not garter. Grader. Okay, and I think just putting in a few trucks in here with some trailers or something like that, I think that should be enough. Although I do need to create a gap in this. Okay, that a little bit further back. This one as well. Sure days, do you have $25,000 to $28,000 which I can borrow? To that, I will have to say and that's my final say on the matter. I know what you're planning. You never know until you ask, right? I'll take the silence as a yes. What do you mean? I wasn't silent. I was speaking constantly. Okay, so I need to do this quickly because I want to get a lot done today. Where did I park those trailers? Over here somewhere, I think. I know there were some. Yes, these ones. I will send an invoice in the post. Well, joke's on you. The Royal Mail are striking. Well, they might be striking. I don't actually know if they are still. Or again. St. Moritz is like right on the cusp of where barn owls live. Oh? Because there's this large patch around the northern Italy Alps where they don't live. Do you know why they don't live there? Where did I park those trailers again? Boots up ATS. Haha. Don't you mean gives ATS the boot? Oh no, oh you don't mean that. Oh, okay. Ah, altitudes. Oh, right, makes sense. Probably. I haven't thoroughly thought it through. It might make absolutely no sense, but it sounds like it would make sense. Okay, almost there. Now what would this look like with some of the grass spline along there? Let's see. Is this the right one, or do you need the... I think I need the narrower one. Yeah. Using glittery pens was the best decision of my life. Okay. I mean, as long as you've convinced yourself of that, sure. Also, I think it might look better without the fence on this bit, considering that it might be needed for access. And then I'll delete the little white line along here as well. Oh, yeah, it's annoying that the keyboard shortcuts don't work if the advanced tab isn't open. I'll remove the paving here as well. Almost. Almost. Mostly all. Right. Life. My life is a lie. Oh no. Aw, sitcom laughter. Aw, sitcom laughter. Well, I need to sleep. See you all tomorrow. Bye-bye for now. Bye-bye, Lisa. BGR. Bye-bye. I am very convinced. As long as you don't con yourself. Alright then, bye. Good night, yes. Violetta also says bye. She's sitting on my shelf right now. Oh. Good night, Violetta. Yes, good night. Yes. Okay. Should we have another little space for some more trees between here? I wonder. Or is that not really that appropriate for such an industrial setting? I do think that it breaks up the scene quite nicely. So I'm going to try keeping them there. We'll see if they run away. Right. How about that? Actually, I do quite like that little bit of green in there again, because over here, most of it is just greys with some very sparse vegetation in between. And so having some of the more fuller, thicker vegetation over here, I think fits quite nicely, especially since this is the coachyard, and the coachyard needs vegetation. Also, I think it would make sense for there to be some sort of access point over here. And then probably some sort of a gravel road or something going the length of it, so that you can more easily get to it, either by walking or by motorized vehicle. It shouldn't go all the way up to here because this is not part of the railroad's property, so... It looks excellent. Well, I'm glad that the excellence now knows that it looks. Okay, and here I need to make a small but deliberate cut. No, we're not playing Surgeon Simulator or anything like that. I would never play that. Also, I think I'm just going to manually insert a spline point in there if I can. Which I don't know if I can, actually. Might be too... there we go. I actually managed it. Good. The dice or the dice? I prefer the dice. In this case. Come on. Well, technically I can probably, if I unstraighten this, I can add another little bit there, and move that over here, move that there, and then move that there. Only for this to go like this. Okay. So now I want a stop sign. Can I roll this one? Oh yes, I can, look. I think it might be nice having this one at an angle like that, because maybe not that extreme, maybe like that. Look, that had so much that you can roll these. Yeah, I gotcha. Doctor. Your king is your doctor? I mean... what about Lawnmower Simulator? I think I would find that exceedingly boring. I know some people find... well, that specifically quite meditative in a way, but I would just really get quite bored. Their king is the doctor. Oh, that doctor! Oh, you mean the original? Oh, of course. Also, I think this needs little bits of grass along there. So I'll just quickly grab that grass plant, if I can locate it, which I think I can. Hopefully. Nope, I didn't use it there, apparently. Oh, come on, I'm sure I used it somewhere over here. One second. This is proving to take a while to find. Where did I use it? I was sure that I used it over here somewhere. Oh well, guess I'll go to the other place to find it. Alright, don't have the game myself. Shardis, what's more interesting, Lawnmower Simulator or FS 2011? Well, I don't think that I'd like either of those games, but I could see myself having more fun with Flight Simulator than with Lawnmower Simulator, simply because of the challenge of flying those machines and landing and stuff like that. You're just adding little areas of grass along here, just to kind of show that this isn't really used that much, at least not all the way to the tracks. Flight sim, probes the latter, or latter. That goes without saying. KSP, yes. Well, KSP, yeah. I have FSX, but I haven't touched it in years. Maybe it's gotten all moldy and revolting. Who knows? I like that, although actually no, that looks okay. Although I will have to put a fence along there. Or actually, will I? Maybe not. We'll see about it later. But first, I want to fill in this back here. And for this, I think I'll put. Actually, let's see. How about one of these big buildings? We haven't really used those up close. I used to circle around Brighton. I wonder why. Huh. Also used to take off a huge 747 from a little old Brighton airport. From little old Brighton airport. Oh, I see. Also, yes, I think these two buildings fit quite nicely back here. They give more a sense of scale back there, especially with the smaller buildings in front. Shadow's farming, FS 2011 is what I meant, at least. The yoke is in the loft, and that is very dusty. Do you mean yolk as in the yellow of an egg? Or do you mean yolk as in the thing you use to pilot a plane? Oh, farming. I used to play the farming demo on the DS. Yeah, I used to play Farming Simulator 2011 multiplayer a bit. With mods. Of course, nowadays it is no longer supported because it's 32-bit, at least on Mac. Plus, I think that if I did have the time to play games without feeling like I should really be using the time in a more productive fashion, I don't think Farming Simulator would be high on the list of games that I would play. Ahem, City Skylines. Ahem. Okay, that looks good. Even though it is a little bit close, I think I'm just going to remove the sidewalk on this bit, just to make it look as though there is a way to enter here, and so you would have parking in there. Right. But yeah, I never noticed it myself. But you're right. Ski Region Simulator 2012's Dynamic Snow is legit just Farming Simulator 2011's baleable hay. Well, yeah, basically, or cut grass. It's just white instead. Yes, sorry. No worries. Well, the new 2DS to be more accurate. Interestingly, they sold the new 2DS XL without the non-XL option. Fine, if they want to do that. The egg part is called yolk. Yolk is in that, yeah. Alright. Yolk ship. Yeah, I never knew that this was called yolk. Quit work and become 24/7 streamer. Brain. I mean, sure, go right ahead. If that is your passion, and if your heart and mind both tell you to do that thing, then go ahead and do that thing. Shadows, who knows though? What if we got the Purple Loungers together for a modded FS 2011 series? I mean, I think any game that allows you to have a bit of silliness in it, that's got multiplayer, could be fun to play unless it's got themes that I do not agree with or do not find entertaining in video games. So yeah, I think we could probably have fun, but not because of Farming Simulator, but because of the people with whom I would be playing it. So look, me? What? Me? Yeah? Isn't that what you meant? Kilometer post. I thought you had just quit work to become a 24/7 streamer. No! I'd watch. Wait, how would you work? If you would have to quit work and become a 24/7 watcher. But I watch any of them, so Fridays, just think of the first person physics plus vehicle physics in FS 2011. Okay, so am I going to have trees along there, or is that going to be more? I think that should really be more industry. No, fun from farming wheat. I see. Well, looks like you've got your next career then. I mean, look how many farms Kango has in MC. Yes, but also look at how much wheat those are actually producing. And tell me he doesn't love farming, haha. I couldn't. Although I don't actually farm them too often. What? What do you mean I couldn't? Oh, tell Albastru that you don't like farming, you mean you couldn't do that. Even if your farms depended on it? Not even then. Oops, that's not what I meant. I meant the get tool, not the height tool. Yeah, although I don't actually farm them too often. Oh, always next Friday. A bit, right? Might actually extend my underground farms next time, but no, don't do that. finish the thing which you call your house. Finish that, and then build your chest storage room, and then move all your stuff in there and organize it. And then probably I would suggest to get started with one of the mods that you like the looks of. I can personally recommend Industrial Craft 2. It's quite nice. Or maybe some of the magic stuff. But I would not suggest that you expand your underground farms further, because looking back at how many streams you've spent building those, if I think about that, I imagine all of the different things that I could do with the mods in that time and all the different things that I would build. And if you at all enjoy building machines and that sort of stuff, then I would recommend taking a break from underground farming and doing a bit of that first. I couldn't tell our bus through that I don't love farming. Yeah. It would break my fragile little heart. Aww. If I have one. Oh yeah, you gave yours away. But wait, it wasn't yours. If you gave away another heart, don't you still have one? Unless you already gave yours to another BFF. Well, why would Albastro need to give away someone else's heart if they had one? Riddle me that. How does that look? Okay, but could be better. Namely, if I moved that over a little bit. Right, thank you. Roots? Yeah, roots is a good one. Which one? Why don't it reply what? What? Why didn't it reply what? I don't know what you mean. How should I know? I thought you were keeping track. Sure it is. Thanks for the advice. Oh man, underground farming was my favorite mod. Mod? I didn't realize Farming Simulator had an underground farming mod. Okay, how does that look from the tracks? Yep, looks good. Although this is a little bit too far over to the side. That's better. You never told me, right? For a bit of fun? Sure it is, because they want to keep their own heart. You would too, wouldn't you? Well, depends. Alright, but we're not playing Surgery Simulator. I heard they actually made it canon 3 years back. Huh. Okay, so... now, what can I fill this with? I don't think it's large enough for any of these big groups. So it really does need to be separated buildings. Is this one too large? Actually, maybe this one fits perfectly. It does overshadow the other large buildings and over on the side a bit. Yeah, I don't like that. That's too big. It messes with the gradient of size. Or at least the impression of it. Maybe a few of these ones together. The little tree was not large enough. Ha. Bit huge? Oh, bit cubes. Yes, bit cubes. Nah. Two of them? Maybe, maybe not. I think two is okay. Then we need another building in the corner. Yep, still really raining quite heavily out there. Maybe I should quickly just go through some of the buildings. Okay, I think that's enough. Now, let's see what buildings should fit in here. Maybe this one. Yeah, and then we could have like a gravel yard in the middle. Maybe with a wall going against this street. Like the one at the gas station over here somewhere. This one. Like so. Yeah, because this way, if you're looking back there, well, you can't really see it anyway, but it looks a little bit different. Plus, if you look in that way, you can kind of see that there's something other than just always buildings. A little bit of a different color would fit in quite nicely in here. A little bit of brown, perhaps. As if this isn't all brown anyway. Yeah, that one's a little bit too much. Perhaps one of the city gravel things. Like so. Yes, I like that. Not that I've got to put much detail in there because, well, it's quite far away and you're not even going to see the wall much, let alone the inside. No, genuinely, let it alone because it has done nothing wrong to you. It has not wronged you. So leave it alone. Just like so. Ish. Now I've got to extend this slightly because otherwise it won't look right. Although I think it does need something in there. Maybe a scrapyard. Maybe if I look for the derelict iron sheet metal, just generously placing that around a few other objects. Maybe not those. Maybe maybe that's enough. It's just so that if you're flying around, you can actually see that there's stuff back there. And then in here, maybe some trees after all. Are there FMA warehouse, perhaps? What? Oh, warehouses. I don't know. Wood chipping floor? No, not wood chipping, just gravel of different colors. By the way, I'll bust through. As an exception, I am planning on having a special OMSI 2 stream. Finishing the drive we began on Wednesday, all the way to Skantorp. How does that look? I like that there's a bit of green in there, but that's a bit too much. Because you can't look in there anymore. Maybe just the bushes. Nice, this Wednesday. No, Tuesday. Yeah, but it's an exception. It's not going to become the rule. I had that typed out, but I deleted it accidentally. 8 p.m. UTC. Ah, right. 8 school. Wednesday should be party game still. Well, it should be. Yeah, that looks good. So now, back here, I think I'll just fill this in with these city blocks. Just something like that. Doesn't matter that they're intersecting. That makes it more interesting. Something like that. Actually, maybe we can even do something like this. And then I'll just put one of these ones. Yeah, that one looks good. One of these ones in here, like so. Just to kind of block that off from view, so you can actually see that there are buildings back there. I'll have to time my work carefully around the stream then. Hopefully everything will still work fine. I hope it'll all work out still. And the Blue Lounge, yes. Work out still. I hope my Tuesday stream one doesn't throw too big of a monkey wrench into the machinery. The machinery has seen bigger monkeys than you throw wrenches into it. And then this, should I leave that like that, or does that need? Actually, tell you what, I'll extend this all the way back there. Should be right. We can always do work before and after too, or even tomorrow, before the stream. I mean, I don't have enough context to really comment on that, except that it's up to you what you end up doing / risking. Okay, so I think that's probably good. Now, there is this gap in back here, which, I mean, honestly, we might just be able to fill this in with these objects, like these city block objects. That might be enough. What does this look like? Yeah, see, you just get some buildings back there, although that is very close. I'll have to do something different for back here. What about that? Yeah, for this little bit, yeah, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. It's too close. You can blatantly see that. I'm going to need to put some other industry in there. Tuesday I have a really long day, which is why I normally do no work at home on Tuesdays. But because of the MC and game streams, I've started working on Tuesdays too. Aww. I hope we're not straining you too much. I wish I could watch the streams fully, but there's just a never-ending pile. I see. Though you all do a wonderful job of distracting me. Ha! Paperwork, I'm guessing? Work on paper, I suppose. I can say more on Wednesday, maybe. No, don't worry. That is almost a double negative. Almost. Not quite. Actually, I think this building might look quite nice. SAP Old Industry. Don't not worry. There we go. Now we've got the double negative that I wanted. Ah, yes. This is actually the exact tree I was looking for. And I got it first time. Although it does need to be varied, considering that the shape of it is quite recognizable. Yeah, I like that. That's nice. Although these trees need to be rotated differently, as not to appear the same. Duh. No, yes. Which is a Vicar of Debley reference. Oh, what? Not heard of that. Me neither. Okay, I'll just extend this back this way a bit. Okay, and then paint this along here, even though I think that's not really in sight anyway much. I suppose, well, yeah, you can't really see it. If you're flying over here, then you can see it, or if you zoom out a little bit, you can see that there's a road going back there, which is why I've decided to leave it in, but I'll just put a couple of industrial buildings around there and then probably leave that area alone. Much like this part of the island shall be left alone. Is that good? Too much green. Ba-dum-bum-dum, now I'll put a little gap in here. Maybe even extend it slightly this way, just to make it a little bit more noticeable. Also, did you ever think about that the word responsible actually just it's actually just two words, meaning response able. You're able to respond to a situation, thus you are responsible. There's a thing that I didn't realize for a long, long time, but if you think about it, that's where it comes from. That's what you're actually saying. I know, but yeah, but the words, how it's spelled, gets shortened. It's spelled more easily. It's said more easily. Respondable. Well, it's not your response. It's your respond. You don't. It's not your respond. It's your response. Right. Oh, the banker asked me, deal or no? No deal. Oh yeah. But it is a sitcom apparently. Yes. Rusty and the Boulder. Why didn't Thumper ever speak? I don't know. There should be a few more bushes in there, a few more over here. Okay, and I think maybe one larger building in here, and then, well, then we'll have a look and see how finished this area is. This one's not great because well, I suppose you can see that quite nicely through there. Although we do need one building kind of blocking the view there, so that you can't really see the grass through there too much. Maybe one more over here. Just sort of like this. Yeah, just so if you look back there, you tend to glance a building. And then just one of these ones back here. Just so that you don't actually see too much grass through there. And then I'll quickly paint across like so. And then we'll need a little bit more painted in here in this space. She's a cranky old critter. She's bitter. We warn ya. She lives in a treehouse in Burbank, California. Please, explain. That's what you were worried about, that I'd say, isn't it? Okay, now, what does this look like from down here? Okay, obviously we're going to need to put something back there, because that is still quite obviously just grass back there. But from this side? Yeah, that looks pretty good. Yes, pretty and good. It's rare to get that combination with scenery. This little bit here still needs to be filled in with stuff. I'll need to put a few cars and or trucks and things like that in here. Probably actually create a little bit of a gap here. Right, on Slappy. Put a sock in it here. Arbastro says, I am pretty and good. But are you scenery? And if you consider yourself scenery, why? Sitcom laughter. Don't laugh. That makes it sound unbelievable. I am scenery to some. I see. Because I'm a beautiful landscape. In that case, which countries do you border? And I am 72% mud. Good to know. Morocco. And slap bang in the middle. So should there be anything in this space, or should that just be grass? I think it probably should just be grass, and I think I also prefer the kind of lower grass line to that other one, at least for this area. So I'm actually going to delete this. Although maybe we can have some spots of the other one in there, but no, it just looks a little too strong. That looks better. Plus this one's one of the ones that looks good in tiers 19, so that's a plus. And no, I don't mean that as in it's a streaming, some sort of streaming service. 72% mud, uh-oh. Yeah, that reminds me of that river spirit from Spirited Away. You know, the one that, what was the name, Shikiro? Pulls the thorn out of, and then you get the big mudslide. Mud, I said mud. Oh, alright. Oh, yes, of course. That would be quite worrisome if you were 72% mud with 2Ds. You'd probably find yourself in jail more than once per week. Okay, now do we need trees along here or not? Perhaps some sparse ones. Shakira? No. I meant... wasn't her name Shikiro from Spirited Away? Shihiro. Alright, I see. Do I like these here? Can't tell. No, I don't like them. Maybe some bushes, but not the trees. Although we could have some trees in just kind of in the middle of this area. Oh, maps don't lie. We can't answer if you like. We can't answer if you like it for you. Ah, Phew. Shihiro was actually featured in Zootopia as Gazelle. Oh? As Gazelle. Yeah, it must be Gazelle, like, you know, like Basil. And Basildon. Yeah, it's an ad for something. Oh, right. Yeah. So, there we go. I'll just add some of these in clusters. Does that work? I do think so, yes. I think we need some sort of tree over here. Perhaps one of these ones. Yeah, I do quite like that. But I do need some undergrowth that's a little bit lower down, like so perhaps. Which actually reminds me, maybe if I lowered some of these down, it might look a little bit nicer. As it gives a little bit of height variation. And then one here. Okay. I think we still need some stuff there, because it does look a little empty. However, yeah. Let's just have a look. What does the scenery back there look like? So from over here, that looks good. Even though this little bit could probably use like a single bush in there, just to show that we've actually got some scenery here. Yeah, that looks much better. Now it doesn't look as empty. Although it needs to be moved over slightly so that it's better in line with field of view. Basil, as the US say. Really? Basel, Switzerland. That's what I meant, yeah. Basel, as the Swiss say. Basel. Basel? Basil? Okay, how about this one? Yeah, that looks good. We need some cars and stuff in this lot over there. Then probably something there and there. But I do really like how this looks. This one needs to be a bit more detailed. That's way too empty. Yeah, in the US it's pronounced as Basil, not Basil. Weird. That is strange. Cars and stuff? But this isn't Burnout Paradise. Huh. I see. Yeah, because that's what it was, what the city was called, wasn't it? Was it not? Was it not so? Also, yes, I think this doesn't require a fence. No, not the sort that you sell stuff to. Then maybe some trainers as well. Maybe parked in here like that. Although that looks... Well, I suppose you'd have to have a connection back here somewhere. Or maybe a turnaround or something like that. Actually, that's quite funny. Kaizen was a car manufacturer. Oh, right, Paradise City, yeah. So nice. And dumpsters. Good shout. Barrels as well. Not the Nordic son of the car. Huh. Car son. Okay, it also requires a little bit more of an interesting ground texture in some places like that. Come on. There we are. See, just a few derelict barrels around the place add so much. Makes the place feel used. Maybe for some crates, certain places. Maybe add some ivy onto abandoned industrial structures. Perhaps. But I would like to actually get a lot of the main building work done first. Just something like that. Ish. Hold on. There we go. Right, now over to this one. This is not a singular structure. This has got shops in it. So I do believe that we need actual parking lots on there. Maybe even a little bit of a sidewalk continuing along here. Not all the way, but just to there. Right, good. Parking lot's good. Really? I didn't know you were of that opinion. Also, we need a little bit more space there because I do want vehicles to be able to go past there and then back here. Parking lots enthusiast. Well, they fit mighty well. And then I'll want one of the single ones as well. Or a couple of them perhaps. Yeah, like that. Okay. And then I'll want some of the trucks, or at least trailers, or maybe trucks and trailers, parked back here, although that does seem quite a little amount of space. Although I suppose if you carry stuff out by hand, it's probably enough. I'll rechat in a moment. Also, I do think adding in an actual truck there will help sell the idea and thus the route. There we go. Don't call me out like that in public. Parking lots are only good if filled with Fiat 500s. Old Gen 1s or new Gen 1s? Oh, good question. New ones, I think. Not these. And then are these ones then, apparently. A very foggy... oh, there we go. Yeah, that's certainly a raspberry ice cream flavored car. Pretty in Pink. Have you ever seen the film Pretty in Pink? Okay, I think that's probably good enough, considering that you're only ever going to either see it from here or from over here. So if I just add a little bit more texture detailing in here, probably a little bit, if I just create another little gap in there, which should be fairly easy considering the straightness of the road. They made a film about me? Oh, there we go. I think it had Molly Ringwald as the... That's the name, right? Molly Ringwald as the leading lady of the guy named Duck. Quacking stuff, or quacking? Whichever one ducks do. Not earthquakes. That looks like a compact version of Lady Penelope's car from the live-action Thunderbirds movie. It does a bit, yeah. Earthquacks. That I want to have. Yes, Molly Ringwald. Just place one more group of cars there. Just so that you can actually see a little tiny bit of detail in there. But they actually do need to be rotated correctly. So, I think that that's the connection from here to there done on an outside perspective. Of course, we've still got this area here to fill in and this area here to fill in. But then the western side of things will be pretty much finished right up to here. Of course, the eastern side is going to get interesting, with not only doing a little bit of scenery around this bit, but also around this bit, and then a little bit along this road and filling in this area. But we'll probably do some fields over here. And as for back here, like a single row of buildings along there with some just quickly placed behind them should suffice. So, right, let's see if we can't fill this bit in stream. Well, this bit and this bit, hopefully. So what should go here? Should this be, well, I have to say I do like the view going out across there, like all the way back to there. Because if I put buildings in here, then you won't be able to see that anymore. So either it'll have to be quite low down residential houses, which would be a great neighborhood, I'm sure. Or maybe like a football field. Or something like that. Oops. Do I seriously not have? Huh. I thought I had a like football. Oh, I do. Why didn't it find this? Odd. I think maybe a football pitch is quite fitting, considering that the size is pretty much there. What do you think? Do you think that works? And then I can grab the spline of those seats that we used back in Clayton Heights. Hey, hey, sure. Oh wait, did we not use them here? Or is it just not loaded? Oh, sorry. I meant these objects back here, although these ones do seem to be quite small. Well, I can try different versions. Goods shed, yes, perfect, no. Victorian bandstand. Oh, I keep forgetting the name for these things. But then where would all the people park for this? That's the question. Probably have parking lots around it. Search for stands? Stand? I know the Browns plant them. Probably not in that very pick list. You probably have them in the very pick list. I mean... There's lots and lots and lots of stuff that's got stand in its name. Stadiums. Oh, there are stadium splines. I'll have a look at some of the other ones. This one is a bit large, but I'll have a look at some of the other ones. Thank you for the tip. Let's have a look. No, these ones are all much too large. But they're good to know, good to have for future stuff. I used one for Home Park in Plymouth and bury most of it, so just the top seats are showing. Ah, well, that's a tip. I'll have a look. Maybe. If I used this one, for example, and then put it down into the ground, so it's just the top row. I mean, that would still be a lot of seats. Maybe I can split it. Let's see. Come on, load in. Load in. Might be a tad close. At least from the perspective over here. Although that gets in the way. Yeah, that's too big. Because I wanted this to be open enough so that you can still see the scenery behind it, all the buildings and stuff like that. Yeah, I think this will be more of a smaller scale thing. With just of these seats along here. I'll add 2 more. So one on either side. Actually, I'm not sure if it looks so good right behind those parking lots we built last time there. Actually, can you roll these at all? No. But I will need the other grass texture, the lighter one, because of course if it gets cut, then in warm weather it would become a bit drier unless it's got sprinklers, which you'd think people might trip over. Unless by sprinklers do you mean actual people who do the sprinkling. I think I'll reduce the scale a bit and do a little bit of work in here. Also, wouldn't the traffic noise get in the way of the game, even with announcers and megaphone speakers? Well, it depends how busy this road back here is. I mean, yes, it does lead into this side of the industrial district, but I mean, you've got the railway right here. If you're worried about the sound from the road, I think, actually no, if you're not worried about the sound from the railroad and mile-long goods trains coming in and out of the yard here all day, I think should be fine. But look, no, you're here. You can watch the game unfold before your very eyes. Also, is that floating? It is. Yeah, unfolding before your very eyes, while also seeing some trains going by. Road and railroad? Well, it's either this, or it's some small little residential area, but I don't think that that would be zoned as residential. Now we just need a bit of a fence, probably a bit of a taller fence. Didn't we have one over here somewhere? Yeah, that one. A sewage treatment plant? Isn't it a bit close to the residential district? Because you've got the suburbs literally right across the way there. Wouldn't a sewage treatment plant be a little bit more out of the way? And, you know, closer to a river? I mean, the mayor could have made a mistake, because this, after all, isn't City Skylines, but... Oh, that's a little closer. That's a little bit too close. I suppose, but I remember looking for taller fencing, not really finding one. And besides, these people are professional football players. They wouldn't kick the ball too tall, too high up. Cities stream this Thursday? No. I want to finish the MVR and I need the 3 slots for it. So, unfortunately not. Yeah, I do quite like the looks of that, because you've got all of the residential stuff over here, and then you've even got more suburbs and districts even going all the way back to here, and then over to here, which, yes, is all still part of New Penzance. And so I like having a feature here that allows for this space to be open, thus showing off all of the scenery around here, while still feeling like it's being used. Yes, I could just make this a big grassy field with bushes in it, but then it would feel like a lot of space being wasted in a very profitable area. Well, not necessarily not profitable, but in a very, not strategic, what is the word I'm looking for? Valuable area. There we go. Maybe put 3 above each other? I can try. But MVR, I'm sure it's done by now. By now? It's not done by now. Not even by then. Is this too high? Might be too high, maybe not. Actually, I'll do 1.8. I wonder, does that look better? What do you think? I suppose it does. I beg to differ. Oh, that's part of New Penzance. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's like Clayton Heights is the name of the district. One more? I don't want it to feel... I don't know. It might get in the way though, because over here, from this low of an angle, which is how you'd be viewing it, I don't want those cars in there, which you can barely even see as it is, to be even more covered up. For example, if I put this in like so, then look, you can barely see the trees back there and stuff like that. Or can you honestly say that you can see the cars back there? I mean, on the roadside, you only need one, I'd say. It's outside of the playing area. I mean, if a ball's flying over here somewhere... Although maybe, hold on, maybe it would be better to have this go past, right behind the seats. And then have a bit of parking on the outside. what would this look like in... No, that wouldn't work. It needs to be 2 separate pieces. They can't kick a ball into or past the audience. Well, not deliberately. They wouldn't kick a ball deliberately that way either. And it just gets more confusing as our knowledge increases. I know. I know the reference. A quark is a fundamental constituent of matter. And so on. Okay, so this is one part. Yes, I know. Up, down, strange charm, top, bottom. Down, strange charm, top, bottom. If you don't know what a quark is, it don't matter, you still got him. Come on. Assets, please. Yeah, see, I need this to be lined up exactly. I thought it was lined up quite nicely, but maybe not. You could have top fence continue over the audience entrance exit. I could, but I don't want to. Especially since this one definitely looks like it's supposed to be standing on something. Come on. Okay, so then I'll need some sort of gravel around the outside there. Maybe some of this. We'll see. That looks a little too dark. Looks too much like the other road textures, I think. I think it needs to look a little bit different. What textures did I use for here? Didn't I use a... Yeah, this lighter one, that's the one I meant. Yeah, parking. Millions of fans? We haven't got seating space for the millions of fans. Considering that each fanatic needs at least 10 gallons of space. Okay, then I'll want... Actually, maybe having the entrance be right here would be good. Because then it's part of the intersection that already exists. Although it might not be the best idea to have traffic lights going into the parking space. Although I have to say that is an interesting idea. Not sure if that would really be done like this. Although I suppose it might be a nice Easter egg for people to find. And then I think I want some sort of wooden fence around that. Maybe a 3-bar fence. Actually, is that the right color? That's a blue one. Bluish. Wasn't the color I was going for, but maybe that's good. Maybe that color fits. Maybe. Millions of fans was sort of a reference to this. What do you mean, what's that? Oh. Right, yeah. Animatronic thing. Okay, and then let's just have a quick look and see roughly the amount of cars that would fit in here. I mean, yeah, look, I mean, this is plenty, I think. If you look at the amount of cars that we could fit into this space here, if we just said that they're parked like this along the edges, plus the parking space over here, plus parking space in some other areas around here within a few minutes walk, I think that should be fine. And then I'll want a few of the single ones. I know they would, but I think I think that from a scenery point of view, just going along the tracks here, I think it would make more sense to already see cars parked here, just from a visual point of view. Maybe one more off to the side. Okay, and then a little bit of this coming over there. There we go. But then why not also put players on there? Well, a coach or put two coach parking slots there for the players. Maybe. I don't know. Don't know. Perhaps. I mean, this is something I can do with bound layers as well in the sessions. But I've seen we've just gone past 11 o'clock, so it looks like we didn't fill in the entire area. But we were thinking quite a bit about what to put in here in the first place and trying around different combinations of things. But I think we accomplished quite a significant amount today. So we added scenery for this whole bit back there, including roads and intersections. And then put more detailing in a lot of these areas, including cars and parking lots and road markings and stuff like that. And then we decided what to do with this area. And we can maybe even put in, I don't know if more parking would work here or not, or if this should just be a green space. Maybe the rest on the outside should just be a green space. Actually, I'd quickly want to see what would houses look like along here. Not saying that this will end up staying here like that, of course. Just want to see what they would look like. Because I think that this wouldn't really realistically be zoned as residential, probably. If you want to live in these houses, you've got to pay a tax to the football field because they expect you to just be watching the football games for free otherwise. Would that work here? Not really. Yeah, it looks a bit out of place, I think. Yeah, that looks out of place. I like the idea of them looking out onto this field. Although maybe it wouldn't look as out of place if there were houses in this bit as well. I mean, if there were houses in this area there, and then there were a couple more in this area, and then like this row over here with trees around the edge or something like that. Because then it would be like the residential district from over here, kind of stretching over in this L shape, reaching in over here a little bit. But, glass shutter. What was that, Margaret? Our greenhouse is broken again, Sam. Sitcom laughter. Well, that's what they've got the big fence for. Come on, do you really think the football could make it over the top of that? Come on. Anyway, I'll consider this in the future, next stream, where hopefully we'll do a little bit more than what we've done so far. 1 second. If the fence was a little taller, on that side at least, maybe, probably not. I mean, I don't even know if I want to keep houses over here yet, so I'm not going to bother with the fence quite yet. But if I do want to keep houses there and put houses in this bit as well, then perhaps. I think that could look quite nice, because then it's a bit of a more interesting transition, because at the moment we've got all of the residential, and then the road is a hard line to industrial/commercial. But if the houses came along here a little bit, then it would make it look a little bit more interesting, perhaps. Yeah, I think the houses have to go. Instead, put trees there, poplars. Or just something like that. I don't know. Yeah, I think because it's... I think maybe... Yeah, because it's separated like that. Doesn't really fit. But I do think maybe houses going along here to that point might look quite nice. Also, we haven't done a thumbnail. Although you do get strange zonings in towns and things like that. Sometimes you do get strange zonings. Do we want to have this on the thumbnail, or I suppose all the other stuff would be not really that big. You want to demolish them before the thumbnail? Oh, come on. I want to make an interesting zoning arrangement here, and you won't let me. But yeah, I've already got a thumbnail here. Not sure how much of this you'll actually be able to see. Well, but wrong can be interesting, Kango. Doesn't always all have to look right, does it? Actually, maybe something from up here. Sort of like that. Because a large portion of what we see here is what we built today. Maybe that's going to look a bit better. Okay. Yeah, bulldozer, yes. Anyway. Draw distance? Oh, right, yeah, of course. Oh, what happened? What did I press? Oh. I think it didn't recognize me holding the keys down for the screenshot. Oh, Willis, hello. That should probably be an American football field in the 50s, 60s US. What's the difference really? There's a ball and you kick it with feet / run with it, and it's all the same probably. Also, you catch me just as I'm ending the stream. Sure, it's the football field. Yeah, football field. Yeah, I honestly wouldn't even know the difference between them. I don't really play or watch or follow or do anything with these sports, so I honestly have no idea. Plus, this is the only field that I have at the moment. Anyway, that's it. So, see you all tomorrow for Minecraft with mods. What do you mean broken? My local one is smaller, a bit smaller than that. The fence is taller. Well, I mean, it might just look a little... Hold on. Look, if I put people on there... Actually, no, these ones are too big. 1 second. There we go. Look. I don't know. I don't want to ruin the site. You know, if you're not happy with it, I might get rid of the whole thing. Anyway, good night, everybody. Bye-bye.